To have an abortion. We should not hide behind God because of rights of a fetus. That is not equal. That is ordained by humans, not God.
They need to worry about the kids that are already born.
Worry about the kids that are already born. Worry about the kids that are in Jameson Center. Worry about the children that are displaced because of CPS. Why are we focusing on fetuses? Fetuses do not pass bills. Fetuses do not create love.
Fetuses cannot be counted on a census form.
Fetus cannot be counted on a census form. There are children in cages, and you're worried about an unborn child. That woman could have been beat and forced to have a child that society would not take care of. So now we still have to pay for a child. In Jameson Center.
In ICE detention centers.
ICE detention centers. But you're worried about fetuses.
Worry about the children that are already here, the ones that are locked up in cages, the ones that are separated from their parents, the ones that are being sexually assaulted, the ones that are being sold into child sex trafficking.
There's children being separated from their families in detention centers. And we have people worrying about women's rights and having abortion. We should not force our beliefs on other people, but we should focus on humanity, and how we should coexist equally with people. We should not have people in cages.
Did you see the news lady that was right there? She put her window down.
There are children that are born in this United States of America by immigrants. They cannot hold those children in detention centers. They are starving in hotels. They are starving because they do not have family in other countries to document for a
And
women having hysterectomy,
and
not
then
having the choice to have a baby.
and then people want to sit there and talk shit when somebody goes on welfare or public assistance because they can't afford to pay for the child.
About the baby, so they think about it. It's not something that you just wake up one day and say, I want to have an abortion. It's a thought process. They don't want to have a strain on the economy. But you're telling them now that they have to force themselves on society and have themselves on welfare because they can't make it. They can't go to college. They don't have people to take care of them. They don't have the family unit to take care of them. It's so easy to hurt a sign when you don't have the history of struggle and oppression. Everybody doesn't grow up with a silver spoon in their mouth when they're going through that stuff. People get hooked on drugs. I worked at Memorial freaking Hospital, and every day I would see a meth addict that had a baby that would walk out and leave their child as a surrender baby in the hospital. And you're talking about equal rights. You have all these people hooked on drugs, having these children, and then just leave them in the hospital like nothing. But you haven't experienced that. I've experienced it firsthand. And when you see people that's giving their babies up and throwing them in the trash can because they don't want people to hear about equal rights and what they shouldn't do. Now you have a baby here thrown in the trash can because they can't get an abortion. You have people in the 60s that were getting back alley abortions. Their babies coming out mangled up with coat hangers.
Or the women end up dying.
Now you have a baby that's retarded.
It has nothing to do with drugs.
You change the law to take abortions away from people, we're going to end up like we were in the 1930s, having back alley abortions. And then it's going to have babies that are defected because they have nowhere to go. When you take that right away from people, there's a cause and effect. We should not control the rights of humans.
And either way, they just need to focus on the children that are already here, the ones that are in cages.
That are already here. The children that are locked up in cages while y'all sitting here Netflix and chilling and smoking your pot weed. There are bigger things that are at stake out here. Then you have an influx of people just throwing their freaking babies away in trash cans because they're scared to get an abortion because their mama or uncle they couldn't go get one. Or no, but it's just the stigma. It's the
Kiki.
stigma. Oh. It's the stigma.
Oh, we've been here. We've been coming to this corner. This isn't our first time here. This isn't our first time here. We've been coming here.
I have to work at night, so I can have my days free. But I know Bakersfield, there's issues that you are totally off the wall from what I do. But I will agree with one thing. Bakersfield is apathetic. Bakersfield, I think they'll respect what I'm saying. They think they're pro-life, Christian, church-going, gun-took, family-loving, but they're neglecting the essential things that human beings need and do, and they're missing the boat. And they're apathetic and they're silent. It's one thing to be apathetic and just completely.
Being complacent in your racism is worse than a bigot that calls me a nigger.
I'm not.
I'm not saying you.
I
I said I'm giving you an example. Being
I want
complacent
you to
in
know, in apathetic Bakersfield, I want you to
Being
know
complacent
I'm a loud
in-
voice. and I'm ignored.
Being complacent in your racism is just as bad as calling me a nigger. I'm not saying that you said that to me. And you keep talking over me, so I'm going to have to use the loudspeaker. I know, so you'll be able to hear. So Bakersfield has a bad habit. Everybody's fighting the same fucking shit, but nobody wants to fight together. The Save the Children people only want to save the white children. They don't want to come over here and deal with the detention centers.
I am a voice for more black babies than anybody
I didn't say you. I didn't say you. And I'm not speaking to you because I have the microphone on.
Thank you. But I'm telling you.
But I'm telling you what I'm experiencing and why I am not here.
I am a voice for those mamas and those babies.
And that's good. That's great. That's great. But you're speaking to the choir because I'm not here to negotiate with you.
I know. I'm just telling you that apathetic Bakersfield, I'm not one of them.
That's great. And I hope you can multiply in plenty in the land of milk and honey. I surely do. But Bakersfield has a habit of putting people in corners and spots. Not allowing somebody to have their human rights is a sin. God does not want people to dictate what they need to do with their freaking body. That's not what God is. God is love and always will be love. But until we come together as a freaking nation, we can't talk about human rights and who can and cannot have an abortion. Because there are people locked up in cages. Yeah, walk away. Because I can talk all day.
Yes, you can.
There are innocent women in detention centers having hysterectomy. And these baboons over here,
they're being forced.
About equal rights and about abortion. When we have Hispanic women having fucking hysterectomy.
Being forced to.
Being forced. So how is that equal? Oh, because they're not a freaking white person? Oh! Rice skin was like olive complexion with hair like wool. But you beat us when we tried to learn about us. You beat us when we wanted to have our ancestral ways. You hide behind Christ to make everything right. And that's not what Christ wants. Christ wants equality for everybody to come together. Everything leads to the same place, harmony. As we have the Mormons pass us in their car.
Mm-hmm.
There are women having hysterectomies by force in the detention center. There are American children that were born by immigrants in this country, and they are being separated. They are put in hotels to starve. There are people from Nigeria that are in these detention centers. It is not just my brothers and sisters that are Hispanic. There are Chinese people in these detention centers. Children are being forced or dead in hotels because we cannot have American citizens in the detention center. If the child is American, they take them to a hotel and leave them for dead. They
They either get left for dead or they end up getting sex trafficked.
As soon as I said the pigtails, they walked away, huh?
Mm-hmm. Shit.
I got an iced tea and a Coke 25
And 2 zigzags.
and a Swisher Sweet. And I got my waist trainer on. Let's go. Let's get it.
Okay, you want me to stay live or you want me to go ahead and end it?
Huh?
Want me to stay live or go ahead and end it?
End it. And then I'm going to edit it. Send it to me.